Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to you all. I did say I was going to try and get around to this, so here we go. Welcome to the rest, well, kind of the rest of KARD's Icky EP. Just going to check out the new songs on it. But we have, I think we have three songs on the EP. Yeah, so essentially, the KARD EP, from what I could find and from what I understand, has a few remixes and has remixes that have been previously released as like their own individual singles or like project singles. There's an instrumental track for Icky, and we've also heard two songs on the album already. We've checked out the title track and MV for Icky, and we also checked out the pre-release and the MV for Without You, back when that dropped. So we're gonna do three songs. I'm gonna do You, I'm gonna do Been That Boy, and then we're gonna do Cake. And just those three. If you're new around here for these album listens, if this survived content ID, down below in the timeline you're gonna see a chapter based off of whatever song we're listening to. So if you want to skip ahead to a certain song, you are more than free to do so. If you're in it for the long haul like me, welcome aboard. Let's jump right into it. Also, before we actually get into it, does anybody else get kind of Bandit Venom vibes from the album art for Icky? Like, here, we'll go back to it real quick, but does that album art not look like, here, we'll pull it up. Bandit. Does that album art kind of not remind you of this album art? It's like a negative version of it, kind of the same, like, veiny, like, torn webby type of aesthetic. I don't know. I kind of like it though. It also reminded me of the fact that we don't have Bandit anymore, and I'm very sad about that. But hey ho, we move. We have KARD music to check out. So first track we're going to listen to You, Unit song. Love some units. Swiss Somin and Ju. That should be fun. We got 153 and Jumbus, Bay and Junghari on lyrics. Composition: Sophia Quinn, Ben Antelis, Lars Principato, Cooper Holzman, Boy Rich. Arrangement by Cooper Holzman. Okay. Admittedly, I am just reading these producer names to see if any of these are familiar. I know that KARD often get involved with their own songwriting stuff, so I figured I'd kind of just read over them. But I don't actually know a lot of producers, just reading them for the sake of reading them. But here we go. I'll be keeping an eye on volume EQing on the side as well if you see me look over in this direction.
I just need somebody to love me. Oh, 가끔 몰아줘 난 lonely. 많은 필요하지 않지. 누군가의 온길 찾는 바래. 밤새도록 가득히 love me. 마주한 짙은 시선이 losing patience. If you want
already getting that Latin flair in it.
Fuck you. Never met somebody quite like you. 시간 따윈 있고 fast and slow. I like you. Fuck you.
Oh, give me more brass. Give me all the brass.
Oh, I just need somebody to touch me.
I said in the title track, but Ju and Somin going back and forth have such contrasting styles that it's always going to be satisfying to listen to. This is exactly the same case.
Fuck you. Never met somebody quite like you. 시간 따윈 있고 fast and slow.
Instrumental break with the really short electric guitar. Throwing a little bit of that acoustic guitar in there as well. Keep a little bit of the brass. again with the call and response. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. KARD have always been really good with contrasts. I mentioned it when we checked out the MV for Icky a couple of days ago, but with the way KARD have their lineup and the tones and the skill and the texture that all four voices have, it sets them up perfectly for contrast. You have two female performers, you have two male performers. Even based off of like gender alone, each artist has very different styles to each other. Essentially, you have A, B, C, and D now. You can put them in any combination you want, and it'll work. That is one of the unique things about KARD, is that they're not limited to kind of like a certain series of like pairings. So when you have like a big pop group, you always have like the voice that will always have the bridges and always have the pre-chorus, always will have the impact moments in the chorus, things like that. But with KARD, you can really kind of just place two artists of your choosing just throughout the song somewhere, and it'll sound really good. And you even break it down into units now, and it's that same ability of contrasting and pairing voices and performances together. It's just so seamless. On top of the energeticness that is that Latin flair that they have in their music, oh, it's just a spectacular time. Very nice indeed. Next up, we've got The Gentleman, Been That Boy. Lyrics by BM and J Seth. Composition and arrangement by Mr. BM. Okay, here we go.
Whoa, whoa. Hey. Turn me up. Ayy, finally let me out the cage. Didn't wanna see the boy become a winner. If I'm on it, then you know I'ma deliver. Got you haters all bitter. Pushing $120 on the dash with a baddie interview. River, she a mid-chinchilla. Ooh, the boy a real heat emitter. Rilla, you will never find. I'm one of a kind.
That is kind of a dirty 808 in the background.
Bitch, I've been in my era. I don't really like to boast, but my haters do the most, so I turn it up some more to get them big, man. Ear, neck, wrist, froze. I'ma only go hard to tell me and my ghost switch roles. How the yellow boy rock like this? How the hell he go non-stop like this?
Goddamn
no, I was
very
real way I knock like this. Tell him, nah, you ain't see the
K-pop like this.
Yeah, baby, that boy. Tell him watch how you address it.
Interesting how the song's been mixed. The trebles have been like mixed down a little bit so they don't stand out too much. You really notice the flow taking front and center. Again, this is a whole story of contrast again.
Guess we build the Q&M KARD 두개 다른 바뀐 타성에 젖지 않게도 못몰 Temptation 두지 않은 공통분모 와서부터 들은 사화의 거를 다시 길을 번너 You can't see my delight of a success 한 건뭐 금뭐
The pacing of Jason's flow there was kinda nuts. Like compared to the kind of more like predictable pacing or like the easier to follow pacing of BM, yeah, Jason's flow was nuts. Switch it up one time. Okay, it's got like an almost galloping beat to it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Add another layer to it one time.
터져도 밤이 still 하고 판안 터뜨리게 바꿔 원해도 화력도의 모험적인 version expansion 된 배표 시견 Dry this ice 타락박
Actually, the second half of the song is a little bit different than the first one in terms of like what I want to talk about. Is it over? Oh shoot, okay. It felt abrupt, but that was also 3 minutes already, which kind of checks out, but ooh, okay. Again, when we're talking about contrast, they've done it again. That first half, BM and Jason's verses couldn't have been any different. BM has that slower, more consistent cadence in his flow, but also rapping in English for the most part. And then Jason comes in on his section, or on his verse, and boy, the cadence is quick. It is quick. It is, I was about to say asymmetrical, but it's not in standard. It's not consistent, like 1, 2, 3, 4. He was wilding on the flow. He was also rapping in Korean. Again, the contrast. BM has that lighter tone. J-Sif's got that higher tone. The rhythm and the cadence of their flow. Very simple to very complex. English in Korean. Admittedly, that second half of the song's kind of thrown that theory out the window a little bit, but still, there was still a hint of that contrastingness left in the second half, but it's that first half of the song, or more like the first 2 verses, that is just, yes, that is exactly what I want from a KARD song, is just to be, it's like, surf and turf. You know, you have your seafood, you have your meat dish. You need both for the full product. With KARD, you need that combination of the two. It doesn't matter what song it is, just some kind of stylistic contrast and pairing. That's something you need for it to be a KARD track for me. And even though this was a very like rap-centric song, and it's not the type of song that I will go out and listen to in my free time, I can get behind it. I can get behind it 100 piece. Okay. And then last song for the little session, we have Kick. Composition, arrangement, BM, lyrics, all the members on board. You love to see it. Alright. Full send.
Turn it up right now.
This is the beat that I expected from KARD. Not exactly the vocal I expected though.
Hey, don't you wanna taste? Make you wanna put your tongue on money cake. Don't let a bite go to waste. 남긴 몫이 I think I do. 오늘의 식욕을 억제하지 마. Let's get 이래서 coming이라. 원하는 건 맛의 이상일 거야. Put it on your body and
Baby on the box, get denied. Straight to the cake
There
from
it
every
is.
night. Baby, I ain't no beginner. 끝이 멀었어. 아직은 I'm alive.
아쉬움이 남지 않도록 go to work 살살 깨물어.
Even the same like performer can provide their own contrast in the skirt.
Yeah, 타락한 식스잖아 핍시 혈관 타진 위스키
Oh.
립스틱 번지듯 차오른다는 게 있지 요동쳐와 심박 질끈 따라 긴박 적나라한 스탠스 미나 드러낸 거 filling the spot overly 밀로 나치가들 매니악적인 the deal 어두움에 가린 뒤 we got a rush dream enjoy the thrill of sweet 높은 끈적함에 밀도 침착한 의 진정.
Oh, that beat went filthy for Mr. Broseph over there. Also, Soman kind of thrown a little bit of that like rap color in her lower tone there is really cool. Because again, just contrasting her own self with the higher vocal part.
29K, 29K.
Bridge?
I put
Okay.
K. Hey, 29K. Give me that K. Put it in my face.
Run it up.
KARD really know how to do an instrumental track or like a dancey track. They really know how to write one. Shout out BM one time, like, yeah. Do not ask me what the lyrics mean, because Lord knows. I feel like I need a shower after that, but no, like, legitimately, like, I'm not well versed with KARD B-sides at all, so I don't know if this is like a usual thing that we get from KARD albums and things like that. Even when it comes to title tracks, I don't know a whole lot of KARD. The ones that I do know, they're always really energetic, really addictive, and also has the type of dance, or has the type of dance feel where you involuntarily move along to it. it Listening to KARD will almost like make you kind of move along with it without knowing you're moving along to it, and I think that's the charm of this group. Cake, though? That JSF verse was nuts. I want to listen to it again. That's the way the beat switched up, and JSF's grasp of just really messing around with the cadence of his flow has been so entertaining to listen to. Admittedly, it's been like, what, 2 songs that we've heard him on in this little session, and I feel like in Icky it wasn't to this extent, but this flow on Cake is nuts. Also, the change up in the beat.
Yeah, 타락한 식스잖아 핍시 혈관 타진 위스키와 립스틱 번지듯 차오른다는 입지 요동쳐와 심박 질끈 따라 긴박 정나라한 스탠스 미나 드러낸 거 feeling the spot over the limit lunatic 매니악적인 the deal 어두움에 가린 뒤 we got a rush dream enjoy the thrill of sweet 높은 끈적함에 밀도 침착한 진정.
If you wrote out that entire Jason verse onto musical ledger, kind of like how you would like write out classical music and wrote out the rhythm for it, oh my god, it would be so hard to follow. Like a classically trained musician would struggle with that rhythm. There were elements where he threw it into triple meter. There were parts where he tied in like what almost felt like 1 1/8 beats from one measure, tied it into the next one. He had little pickups that felt like almost grace notes if they were written on paper, and it's just, oh, as someone who like grew up playing classical music, hearing people perform like really abstract rhythms like that really gets my musical gears going. That honestly, like through the 3 songs so far, that might like, I don't know if I would call this my favorite song, but my favorite moment of like the 3 B-sides we checked out, definitely that JSF verse for me. Ooh, ooh, tasty, tasty indeed. I know this one's a little bit short because it's kind of like half an album, because we're not doing the remixes. Frankly, I don't have time to do the remixes because I have master's presentations to grade today. But KARD, always a good time, always a good time indeed. This is genuinely, I might pop on an old KARD playlist when I'm like cooking dinner tonight and just vibe along to it, because it's Friday. I'm ready to vibe, and I reckon, you know, some Latin dance inspired KARD music might be the way to go. But no, I enjoyed it very much. Hopefully you did as well. But thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching in general. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, Take care of each other. Spread the love. See you next time. Bye bye.